think for me, like when I first started BMX, it was very much a male dominated world, and I kind of got into it. And I guess I didn't really see that it was no girls in it. I just loved the sport. But I think my advice for anyone is I love the sport, and that's what was my draw. And it didn't matter who was, if it was men or women that was doing it. I didn't let anyone stand in my way of, wanting to take part in the sport. And I kind of always went in with the mindset of, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're racing boys or girls, you just do your absolute best and keep the focus on yourself. I think they're important, across the board. It's not just in sport; it's in general. And diversity and inclusion is extremely important to me. I come from a diverse background myself, and the opportunities that I had wasn't, from the town that I was in. It wasn't like what everybody else kind of had. It was, I was from a council estate, and I just think just giving opportunity and making sure that when I'm doing something, it's not just doing it for the elite end, it's doing it at grassroots as well, and that's important to me. It's super important. I think even myself, when I was wanting to come out, so to speak, or what I felt ashamed and guilt, and there wasn't that many people that was open about their sexuality at the time. And for me, when I decided that I wanted to kind of say that I'm in a same-sex relationship, I did it in the way that it wasn't about doing this big announcement. A same-sex couple don't say I'm in a same-sex relationship, it's just a relationship. And for me, that's what I did. I kind of just went about putting pictures up on social media of the person who I was with at the time, my partner. And I think it's important to break the stigma down, because so many people since I came out as I was gay, that loads of BMX girls and other sports have come out and felt that they could have the strength and the courage to do so too. Building a healthy mindset starts with, for me, routines. I kind of have a daily routine that I do. Gratitude is massive. I think for me, what I do in the day is, before I get out of that door and start my day, I take some time and reflect about the day, about myself. So I'm kind of doing some mental preparation before I've even got out the door. And that's a big important thing for me. And I think there's so many self-help books, I've got loads of them, a lot of the things that people are saying, it's kind of building that mental toolbox up, to have the tools in there that when you're faced with, difficulties, or, we're in lockdown, how to deal with that. And for me, it's super important. I want to educate people more about how to deal with certain things, and actually how the brain is functioning, but in a very simplified way. And that's where I bring my kind of mindset from sport and how I, went about things that way. And I want to pass that on and pass that on to the general public. I was a slave to the goal, basically. For me, the goal was to be the world champion, and it was to be the very best that there was. And I knew that to get there, I had to be, ruthless. I had to be disciplined. I had to be, it was almost I had to just really immerse myself in the role as an athlete 24/7. It wasn't we've done 2 hours training, therefore you go home and switch off. It was no, okay, what can I do for recovery? What is going to enable me to be a better athlete tomorrow? So yeah, it was just all about just being relentless to the grind.